Now, if you're wondering what's happening here, when I got this quadcopter, it was just spinning like crazy, and I thought, oh, what's going on with here? So what I did is I had to flash the firmware using Betaflight. If you guys not feel Betaflight, you can get it off from Chrome. It's not Firefox. But anyway, you go to here, just make sure you select the right one, which is the SP Racing Evo. And once you do that, select the firmware. I've selected the most recent one, which is 3.0.1. And from there, just leave everything else by default. And make sure you click connect first. From there, mine was COM port 3. You load the firmware online. Give it a few seconds, and then once it's done, just make sure. And this is after you plugged your quadcopter in, you flash the firmware here. Now, when it's flashing, make sure you don't touch anything. Just let it do its job. Walk away until it's done. You don't want to interrupt the flashing of the firmware. So basically, after you're done with that, you go again to the apps, Betaflight, and this is after I disconnected and reconnected again, so it's a fresh start. From there, you go to once it's connected, do an auto connect. Again, mine's COM port 3, and as you can see here, mine's working quite well. I'm moving around, I'm doing adjustments, and it's working well, and it's not spinning anymore like you saw earlier in the video, which is very strange for stock standard firmware. If you're having that issue, just make sure you flash it using this. These are the settings I'm using, so if you need to see what I'm doing, just pause it and just go through all the settings on the video. And going to this last part, what I did with this one here is I actually flashed the LED because I thought, why not just make this a night flyer? So make sure you dump all this. I use command here in the clear button. Just grab and highlight the LEDs. The reason why I'm doing this because in case you need to just fidget around with the LED settings on the quadcopter, make sure you copy and paste and store it as a backup in case something goes wrong, and that's what I did there. So put a notepad, copy and paste and save it, and next time when you need to load it up, just load up by copying and pasting this from the notepad back into this write your own command here, press enter, and it'll set everything back up again. Anyway, this is me flying around the house at night, pitch black, you can't see anything, and this is what it looks like. So this is the reason why I thought I used the LED strip for this sort of setting. It's just kind of a stalking sort of quadcopter at night, pitch black. It's kind of fun, and it's pretty robust as well. As you can see there, I hit the chair, and at night it's pretty hard to fly, and I keep hitting things, and there you go again. It's pretty robust quadcopter, and anyway, so this one here, I'm flying outside. I'm just doing a test with the LED setting on still. And if you notice in the video, the lens, it's a little sort of pattern that's causing, I think it's the internals of the lens. It's very annoying, especially when you can definitely see it in the glare. Other than that, everything's all fine. There is something else I need to talk about. Now, this is the part where I'm not very happy. I'm not sure if you guys have experienced this sort of thing with the QX95, and maybe even the earlier settings or early models, but I'm not sure if it's my quadcopter's a defect or it's with every quadcopter for the QX95. So basically, I'm flying, and as you can see here, I'm actually not too far. I'm just around the corner of one of the rooms. So basically, about 10, 20, 15 meters away, just so isolated, separated by one wooden wall. Everything's flying all good. I have very good control, and it's not on acrobatic mode. It's just on stabilization mode. And I'm flying, and suddenly, just about right about here, and I'm about 10 meters away. This is what happened. I lose control. Now that red light there means that it's not set. The throttle's not set. It's inactive, which means the receiver must have been reset. There wasn't enough power going to the board, so it just killed all the power to it. I have no idea what happened. So that red light means it's not set active. And to set it active, I flick the switch and it's flying again. So I'm not sure what happened there. But I thought I thought I just dismissed it as something, maybe it was whatever. So I went flying out in the bigger field this time. Now you can see here the field is pretty big, and I'm only about this point here, about 30 meters, 40 meters away, maybe 30, flying so well. And if it goes 30 meters here and without any issues, and before the video when I was in the house, only at 10 meters and it lost reception. I don't know what happened there, seriously. So if you guys know what happened, let me know. This is for the QX95. I'm not sure it's with every QX95, but for the one I bought here, it had a serious issue. Flying around, anyway, I'm going around, I'm doing all these crazy stunts, and I'm still in the stabilization mode. This is not on acrobatic mode. And this fly is very fast. So going around here, there's a bit of headwind, just about somewhere around here. let's see, just going around. I'm probably about give or take 50 meters high, maybe 30, 40, and the distance probably about is about all right, in the center here, 30 meters, no more nor less. Everything's all good here, fine and dandy, and suddenly just about here, as you can see, I'm flying. There's a lot of headwind right there, so you can see how the quadcopter was struggling, but it managed to pull through in stabilization mode, and this is where it happened again. It just stopped, engine stop, motor stop, bam, there you go, the end. I am not sure why it's doing this, and it's not the first time. It definitely isn't won't be the last time. I need to make sure that, you know, if it's my problem, it's my reception, human error. I have no idea, guys. Anyway, I broke one of the legs. I just glued it again. Anyway, this is my setup. I'm using the 950 milliampere instead of the stock standard 600. Um, I removed the LED strip and put in the front for night flying, and I got these well, I'm going to get these propellers. These are probably the better thrust propellers. I'll leave the links below. And this is the size of the quadcopter between the QR Ladybird and the QX95. Anyway, if you guys know what the problem is with the what's happening, why it's falling out of the sky, and whether it's a cold solder or it's overpowered or lost reception, I have no idea, guys. Leave your comments below and let me know so I can address this problem, or if the company QX95 does release a firmware. If it is a firmware issue, hopefully it should resolve the problem. But leave a comment below if any of you guys have the same issue as well, because I'm stupid with this situation. I have no idea what's going on. So at this given this rate, flying this sort of quadcopter isn't very entertaining as much as it is frustrating when you're suddenly flying and then suddenly just falls out of the sky. So yeah, that's my review, test review flight of this QX95. Everything else is fine. I love it. It's got good reception, well, video reception, I mean. I can see quite well. And I used the, what was it called? The Eachine D2, was it DR2.5? I'm using it to fly with that. I did a review on that in my previous video, so check it out. And yeah, look, there's nothing much else to say. It's a great flyer, but if it keeps falling in the sky, I'm going to have to give this quadcopter a 3 out of 5. Without that issue, all in all, 5 out of 5, no problem. It's probably one of the funny and most entertaining quadcopters I've ever flown so far. I usually fly the smaller quadcopters as opposed to the bigger ones, especially the larger frames such as the Phantom. You know, those are professional ones for aerial photography, but you know, for racing and knowing that it won't fall out of the sky to kill someone, this thing just drops like a well, I wouldn't say a feather, but you know, the smaller it is, the less damage it does, and I'm safe to fly this around the park than the bigger ones. So yeah, kudos to that. Anyway, like I said, I think I've ranted long enough. Let me know if you guys know what the issue is with this thing falling out of the sky, regardless of how far it is. Is it some power issue, reception issue, receiver issue, sorry, or just plain I have no idea. So please let me know. Anyway, guys, that's my rant. Do try to leave a comment below and drop it there, and I'll get back to you. All right, happy and safe flying, guys. Adios.